Good morning, boys and girls of the internet. Today is Thursday, November 8th, 2018. It's be vlog number 312. Another dark day in America in terms of violence. I'm not going to say too much of this, but by the time this video comes out, a lot more would be known about this attack. I just read the news this morning. It didn't give too many details, so details are very sparse. I can speculate on the perpetrator. All we know is it was in a bar in California, and 12 people are dead. 12. Doesn't say anything about who the shooter was. The shooter's dead, by the way. The cop is dead. Details are sparse as of right now. It is 7 o'clock Mountain Time. 7 a.m. Mountain Time, I should say. So we don't know who this guy is. And again, I'm not going to speculate who he was, what his motive was. But obviously, 12 people are dead. And they definitely shouldn't have to be. There's been a lot of violence in this country. We've always had violence. But the volume of it in such short succession, it's honestly tiresome. It really is. What do you do? I know I'm not gonna give no thoughts and prayers, because I don't believe in that stuff. People who just post, "Oh, my thoughts and prayers." Well, you're not doing anything. You're advertising the world to say, "Hey, look at me, I care." That's fucking selfish, if you ask me. Yes, my heart goes out to the families of the victims. The victims themselves, that's tragic. My condolences go out to you, but again, that's empty. That doesn't do shit. It just, there's all kinds of. This could just be a random ass, just a bar fight that went wrong, because it is a bar in California, and you never know what could happen. We have bars here where people get shot, or people get beat up and stuff, and they're not like national tragedy. But 12 people, that is a tragedy, and it's. I don't know what to say about it. It's heartbreaking. I definitely want to find out more about what happened and why. I guarantee they'll identify the shooter. He's dead, but they'll identify him. They'll look into his social media history to see if there's any indicators. They'll talk to people who know him. They'll talk to people who were at the club, and what had happened. I don't know. It was a bar, not a club. Whatever. And so we'll find out more about it later on. I, of course, am hoping that it's not something that will tie into some kind of politicized stuff, but if it is some kind of political thing, then that would only mean one of my other predictions the other day was right. That there is, a violent act. I didn't want to be right. That's the only reason why I'm kind of making this, is because I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping this was just random. I'm hoping we can't tie it to political reasons. There's some psychopaths in this world that just do shit. it is just a psychopath that's just doing shit. And not for nothing, but violent rhetoric has to stop, and it also has to be identified, not just by the people who engage in violent rhetoric, but also the people who surround the people engaging in violent rhetoric. And they have to identify it, and they have to call it out. So I'm looking at you, Fox News. Just yesterday, the president had, a long press conference, as presidents do right after an election. And he was, of course, a lot of his answers to the press was rude and stupid, and he didn't know what the hell he was talking about for a lot of things. But he got into a spat with Jim Acosta from CNN, and Jim was just asking him about the migrant caravan down south that's coming to up north, and asking, I was like, hey, why are you demonizing them and stuff? And his question was a lot more valid than that. It was just a little more elaborate, and his question was valid. He told him the facts. He's like, they're coming to seek asylum, but yet you put out an ad the other day showing that there's all kinds of violent people crawling over a wall. And Trump shut that shit down quick. He overtalked him. He freaking overspoke him, and he was just a jackass, of course. And then he went on the attack, telling Jim Acosta what a terrible person he is. You're a terrible person. Your news organization is fake. You're the enemy of the people. He said that directly to him. He said, you're the enemy of the people, to a reporter who works for a news organization who were set bombs not like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Sent bombs by someone who was emboldened, obviously emboldened by Trump's rhetoric. And Trump keeps going. I had to post this morning on Facebook. Just with that alone, added to the multitude of other things that he's done and said, how many times did he attack the news and try to undermine them and try to, hey, look at that, the sun's setting again. As you're heading towards the mountains, and I'm back in sunset again. That is weird. So in a little while, the sun's going to rise again. No, but Trump, he tries to undermine the press so much because he hates them. He's always hated them his whole life. Unless they're fair to him. The press isn't there to be fair. The press is there to report the news and to ask the hard questions. But, and this is for all Trump supporters out there. Hey, Donald Trump, who was elected 45th president of the United States, took an oath on Inauguration Day to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. The First Amendment of the Constitution contains the freedom of the press. He's stomping all over the freedom of the press. So everybody who is out there who bitches and moans whenever they think someone is stomping on the Second Amendment, just think what Trump is doing right now to the First. He's reneged on his oath to protect and defend the Constitution. Thus, by doing that, by fully believe he should be impeached just for that. He kicked out. He shut down Jim Acosta, and then later on that day, he pulled his press pass. Jim Acosta is no longer allowed to be in the White House press corps. I don't know if it was permanent, but CNN's totally backing him up and fighting for him. I was watching TYT last night about it, and what Cenk Uygur said was right. He's like, you know what, CNN, what you do now, if you have another reporter going in there to be a press agent, after Jim Acosta, you tell that reporter to go, hey, when you go in there, you ask tougher questions. You be more not ruthless, but just be tougher on them. And if they kick that person out and take their press credentials, and you put another person in there, that person has to be even more tougher. All the press should now really stand together and don't be baby soft on Trump, and go in there and fucking ask him questions, and don't take fucking no for an answer. Your job is to hold power accountable. So do it. I mean, CNN of all places should know that we're in dangerous times now. They're being called the enemy of people, and they're getting threatened with very obvious terrorism. And it's being supported by our president. Ain't right. It ain't fucking right. So, that's my piece. God, I really didn't want to talk about politics anymore this week. I'm sorry, folks. I really am. The shit gets worse before it gets better. They say the night is darkest just before the dawn. Harvey Dent, where are you? We got orange faces here, in the White House, making a mockery of our democracy. Like that rhyme? If you people consider yourselves Americans, you want to fight for American values, how can you look at that and say that he's American and what he's doing is definitely un-American and goes against our founding? It's really sick. Well, that's enough about that, I think. Well, so folks, I'll talk to y'all later. Everybody have a good day. Be safe out there, please. And I love you.